Well, what's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with some Raid Shadow Legends. We're going to be doing the Clan Quest episode this week. We did go ahead and pick up another challenge quest with the dungeons, and this time we are doing Knight Revenant against Fire Knight. Thought this would be a fun one, a little bit more challenging than the other ones we've been working on with, and I started looking at my roster for this faction and realized I don't have a ton of turn meter champions in this faction. It seems like Knight Revenant is kind of woefully under-equipped in terms of the turn meter control, so it's going to make things a little bit harder. We're going to hopefully see if we do have any heal reduction here somewhere we can use to maybe help out with the Fire Knight. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do for the team just yet. Probably going to do level 20. It's going to be the easiest one to do, especially since we don't have a whole lot of great champions in this faction in terms of like legendaries and things. We do have some pretty good solid champs overall, but nothing that's really stand out for Fire Knight outside of Tomb Lord and Coffin Smasher, who we're actually going to go ahead and bring him in on this team. He is negative affinity, but only thing I care about for him is going to be this 3-hitter on the A1 to try to help us get that shield down. And he does have this passive, which does kind of help us out with the damage a little bit. On that note, I'm also going to bring in Tomb Lord because, again, he does have a 3-hitter on the A1, and the rest of his kit should be pretty good for helping us get through the waves. The only problem with the Tomb Lord is very similar to how Coldheart used to run. His AI is pretty stupid. So when it comes to the Fire Knight, he will decrease the turn meter. He will use this when the Fire Knight has his shield up. So otherwise, he's a great champion, but this is why he's almost kind of mediocre for Fire Knight, because he does have the turn meter reduction skill. He can take the shield down with that 3-hitter, but he uses that skill into the shield more often than not, so that's why it kind of negates itself there. I'll probably bring in Mother Sibel just for the speed aura and also for the waves, plus she's going to give us a little bit extra survivability. In case we do have anybody die, we hopefully can get right back up. And interestingly enough, I think we may bring in Walking Tomb Drang here, because he does have HP burn, which is pretty useful for bosses in general, and he should help us out with the waves. But this will reflect 30% of the damage back if he has 50% HP or higher. So I think that's going to come in handy. We have him in a pretty strong HP build, plus he is in Immortal gear, so he'll be constantly healing back. He should be able to stay over 50% HP. So I think that Reflect should help us out against the shield and just in general for clearing. So we're going to have probably those 3 or 4 champions in there. I just have to figure out who I want to bring in next. But I don't really remember if anybody here off the top of my head has a heal reduction component in their kit. Versolf's pretty solid overall. He'd be good for survivability. Let's see what Thea. I don't really remember Thea's kit too well here. We haven't used her in a while outside of that special Fire Knight tournament a while back. Don't think Gaius does anything other than the bombs. Sinesha would be nice for the waves. Target skills on cooldown. Yeah, equalizes HP. Overall, she's got a pretty decent kit. Whisper would be nice here, but she doesn't have very many multi-hitters. If we had her in Relentless gear, she might be an interesting choice. At some point, we're going to have to re-gear her. But she only really has this 2-hitter on the A3. I mean, she can do the extra turn, which does help a little bit, but she's a little bit better in Relentless gear. Let's see, Rectodrath. Yeah, I don't know. Skullcrown, I don't believe has any heal reduction. I think she's just straight up. She does have the weaken, but she would be decent for wave clear. I don't think Sepulchre Sentinel really does much here that's going to help us out. Doom Priest might be nice. Which one of these? Okay, I haven't built my second one yet. We do have this Doom Priest built up. She would be in there just for a little bit of extra healing, a little bit of boosting on the increased attack. This creative monster I don't think is going to help us out here too much. So yeah, we may just wind up bringing in Renegade. Oh, there you go. I actually forgot about her A1 because I just use her normally for the reset. So we'll probably bring her in. She does have the decreased speed too, which is nice, but we'll have the decreased cooldowns, which should help us out. So let's go ahead and jump into Fire Knight now. We'll put this team together. We're not going to do any presets or anything. We're just going to let it run and see if it clears and see how it goes. Alright, so here we are. We're into the Fire Knight. Let's go ahead and sort it by faction. and find our Knight Revenant team. Now, I actually remembered I did build out an Acolyte for Faction Wars a long time ago. So I do have him at 50, and he does have a little bit of turn meter, so he might be kind of a viable option here. But I do like, let's see, we're going to use Mother Spell, we're going to bring in Renegade, Coffin Smasher for the shield, Tomb Lord. And then I guess we do go, I do kind of want to try Acolyte here. He's only 50, but it would be interesting to see. Maybe we'll do a second run with him in and see what happens, but let's see if this team can do it here. This will be interesting. We're almost out of energy. Maybe we'll get one run here. Hopefully it doesn't fail completely. I don't think the wave should be much of an issue. We've got so many debuffs and so much poison damage. I mean, Tomb Lord is just going to help clear these waves just from the poison itself. We do have Mother Spell and a Relentless Set because I do use her in Hydra. But yeah, lots of debuffs out there. And I want to say everybody here is booked completely. Maybe. I'd have to check that again, but I don't know. But yeah, I think we should be good for the waves. Look, I mean, just look at all that poison that he puts out there. It's pretty crazy. So if we can get through the waves in about a minute, should be okay. I don't know about how long the boss is going to take, especially since we're not going to be able to really do much with the turn meter. Now, I just realized I forgot what Renegade's accuracy is. I didn't look at it before we ran in here, so I don't know if she's actually going to be able to land the heal reduction at all. Hopefully she can. That'll be really helpful. Alright, minute 18 to get through the waves. Not amazing, but it's workable. Alright, so see, he tries to use his poison skill there against the shield, which is why it's just not super useful. Okay, so she did get the speed down, which is good. Hopefully that means she's got enough accuracy to land what she needs to. See there, he just uses turn meter ability into the shield. This Tomb Lord is just an idiot. It's so bad. I wish Plarium would fix that. But it's looking like, okay, we did get the heal reduction. That's good. It's looking like we're going to just have to use the poison here. And, keep that heal reduction debuff on him, hopefully. This is going to be a long fight. I think it's going to be a very long fight. We at least do have the decreased cooldown. There, he did it again. It's just so frustrating to watch that. I remember this specifically because when I had my free-to-play account, Tomb Lord was like one of the only multi-hit A1 characters I had when I was trying to beat Fire Knight 20 for the Arbiter missions. And it was like I had him, and he was really my only turn meter champion I had on the account at the time. I think I had somebody else, but they weren't like super reliable. It was like Lightsworn or somebody, but I had him in, and you had to auto those missions for the Arbiter, the Dungeon 20. You have to auto them, but the only way I could really beat it was doing it on manual with Tomb Lord's his turn meter control. So that's where I found out, like, oh wait, his AI is just as bad as Cold Hearts used to be. He will use all his debuffs on the shield because he's stupid. And you would think for a legendary champion they would rework that. I actually asked him a couple times in content creator chat. I'm like, are you guys gonna do anything about, like, you know, Septimus will use his Holy Sword into the Fire Knight shield. You know, Tomb Lord uses his abilities in the Fire Knight shield. It's like, but you guys don't care about them, but you fix Cold Heart, so it's kind of weird. All right, there we go. We at least got a little bit of his health down. Now I noticed the reflect damage is it's giving us one hit on the shield, which is fine, I guess. It's an extra, but it's not doing a whole lot. Do get the HP burn up there. Okay, we did get decreased attack. Didn't look like he hit the turn meter though. It's the one time we do land it. It doesn't do the turn meter. But it's starting to work out okay here. I don't know if we're going to be able to get this in under 5 minutes. So thankfully we only have to do it 10 times. But really we just wanted to get a team put together that could get it done. And like I said, I do enjoy these clan quests just because it's kind of fun. You have to sort of think outside the box sometimes. You have to kind of use champions that you normally wouldn't. Now, unfortunately, he did heal there for quite a bit. We're not hitting that heal reduction very consistently. Or at least getting the shield down pretty good. We got enough poison up on him too to do a little bit of damage. You can just see that, without having that turn meter control, how difficult it can be to get a good time on this boss. Okay, that's good. We got the heal reduction there, so no big deal. See if we can get this shield down. But yeah, so they either need to fix these AI, or they just need to add in more detailed AI settings for you to do it yourself, where you can actually program, like for a boss wave, how they do their skills. But I doubt we'll ever see that. It's a little bit too much in depth and in detail. So it looks like we may actually do that. I think there's enough poison here where if he does get a turn, he's going to die anyways. So I think we got this. Yeah, it looks good. Right around 5 minutes. Okay, that's not terrible. It's not great. You see there, obviously, best time of 37 seconds. We're not very close to that, but at least we were able to get a team in here that's able to finish it. So Tomb Lord, Mother Sibel, Tomb Dragon coming in there with quite a bit of damage. Not too bad. Then we just had Renegade in, like I said, for the heal reduction and to also reset those cooldowns on the off chance Tomb Lord might use his intelligently. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. As always, if you have any questions about anything in the video, feel free to leave it down below. I'll do my best to get you an answer as soon as I can. As always, hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you again next time.